Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's session on emotional intelligence and career transition. And today we're talking about, is it possible to reconstruct your career? And when I thought about this, I was thinking about a personal situation that I'm going through right now where I'm having to reconstruct a part of my home in order to accommodate an elderly relative who needs to be downstairs. And I thought of it's actually a project. You have to treat it like a project, just as you would for your own career. But I'm also anticipating that there will be things to pack away, things to actually, there'll be dust, there'll be some mess for sure. But also, there will be some great outcomes, but it's going to require some work. And you have to sometimes treat your career like this as well, where you will have to reconstruct, overhaul, reassemble, fix up, whichever name you give it, where you're looking at some stuff that you've already done now, some deliverables that are really, really been worthwhile and have been impactful. But there comes a time where you look at it and you think there needs to be a change and a rehash of what's going on. And that includes you having to reconstruct. So is it possible? Yes, definitely. So let's explore that a little bit more in how that can be done. Firstly, I'll just pop over to Tara. Welcome, Tara, and
Thank
just give
you.
us your thoughts on that topic.
Absolutely. Like you, I definitely agree that you can reconstruct, rebuild, restart your career. Definitely, and I believe we both would say that we are an example of that. Although you may still be in your career, you still have launched other things on the side to accompany that. And in my case, I restarted my career as a career coach after being in corporate America for 15 plus years. And I think today is a timely topic because it's been about 12 or 13 years since I was on the tennis courts, and I'm fresh off of the tennis courts today. And as I was playing tennis, I reflected on this topic of yes, you can restart your career just like I can restart playing tennis. You have to take it one step at a time. One movement at a time, but ultimately, the common theme is that I had to really think through my strokes. I had to think through, the backhand, the front hand, and how to serve, and connect the dots on that movement, just as I have to think through, what is my true purpose or passion. And as I was thinking about in 2020 of restarting, rebuilding my career, how do I do that? And that really took some thought and to be very intentional about those thoughts. And because it's a huge undertaking, restarting your career is a huge undertaking. And I wouldn't want anyone to think that it's been an easy trek, because it has not. However, it is definitely a different type of work. I think it's a different type of consideration when it's something that you have a true passion for, and it's also work that has a purpose for you and those that you serve. So you start by definitely being able to embrace that I can reconstruct my career. And then the next steps are, how do I do that?
Hmm. I love the way you describe that, especially the aspect of risk, because with anything in life, there is a risk.
Mhm.
And there's a risk in considering what do I do differently. There's a risk in considering who do I mentor me, who mentors me in order to take this journey. There's a risk in the sector that you then go into. There's a risk in whether you go up, out, or across.
Yes.
Everything has a risk, whether it's low, medium, or high. Just as you would treat and create a project, that's the same way that you would treat yourself and how you handle your next steps in terms of moving into a new career. And I also thought about interior designing and the fact that I've already started to think about how I'm going to manage, decorate, and make and design the look of our new extension. And
Oh,
sometimes we can jump ahead with our career transition too much as well. And so I would really offer the tip and the strategy to take your time, take small steps. Don't jump ahead and plan out exactly which next business trip you're going to be taking in your new role. That's irrelevant right now. Actually, which new role will it be? Which sector will it be? What's your mindset like in planning and the getting ready for interviewing, getting ready for actually which area do I want to work in next? Those are some of the things that need more attention before you get into that space of benefits and what you'll do with the children and or where you will live, and some of those things are the bigger pictures that you can achieve, but just focus on the small steps for now, which is what I'm going to be doing for my project as well. Small steps will help you to then determine what next. And Tara, you do a lot around mapping out the journey for someone who's transitioning their career, don't you?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned because it doesn't have to be a big leap at all. It is really important that you pace yourself and that you give yourself the space and the time to put a lot of thought into it so that you are intentional. And you're right. I work with women to put together and design a plan for them to go up in the organization or out to a new opportunity. And we do that, we can do that in what I call a clarity intensive in the 90 minutes, or we can do it over 3 months. They are different. However, with both of them, there's a starting place of you being able to embrace who you are, and where you want to go in order to be able to really switch that mindset from the type of roles that you've been in to the type of roles that you want to attain. And so it's really important as you start to what I call rebuild your reputation of the type of work that you do, and being able to make that shift in the organization or within another organization. The change is definitely something that you have to have an open mind about, but being very clear on what it is you want to do, where you want to do it, the industry and the things that you named are really important.
Absolutely. And so you can get hold of Dr. Tara or drtaraspeaks.com and myself at Denise at denisesparkelson.com, where I would take you through looking at your leadership traits, really building your self-confidence, understanding your flexibility, and giving you a focus on what to aim for when you go through your next steps, and what is it that you will do in order to reconstruct, literally reconstruct your career. And that's key that you're able to do that. So thank you for joining in. If you're watching this on replay, please do comment, follow, and subscribe to us. And if there's any questions that you have about some of the topics that we've covered today, then please do get in contact with us and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Until next week, take care. Thank you.